Dear students, in the last class we studied about methods of preparation of films. Biodegradable packaging films we have covered. This class we are going to study about the methods of preparation of coatings. So the difference between films and coating is coatings are directly applied on the food substances, but films are wrapped on the food substances. Okay, so that's the only difference. And we studied about different methods of preparation of films like co-observation technique and single co-observation, complex co-observation techniques. Then we studied about extrusion technique, solvent casting method. All this method we have studied in the last class. This class we are going to study about different methods of uh, coating on food substances. So the efficiency of a coating depends on the methods used to coat fruits, vegetables, and other things. Normally, fruits and vegetables are coated. Edible coated fruits and vegetables are available in the market. The coating techniques used, different methods are used for this, like, for example, dipping method, spraying method, electrospinning method, like different methods are available. And these are determined by the type of the food which which is going to be coated, and the surface quality of the food substances, and the main objective of coating. Okay, so based on the substance to be coated, surface quality of the food substances, and the coating objective, based on only we can go for the specific method. The addition process, which involves diffusion between the surface area of the food and the coating solution, follows the coating operation. So the addition method of coating, it involves what? Diffusion between. It's a diffusion. What is diffusion? Generally, diffusion is nothing but migration of any components from the higher concentration region to the lower concentration region. Here, this also involves diffusion between the surface area of the food product and the coating solution. Then follows the coating operation: surface tension, density, shape, size, coating thickness, and other physical factors as well as food product attributes are influencing the coating methods. So the factors affecting coating methods are nothing but what? Surface tension, density, size, shape, coating thickness, and other physical properties are the factors which affects the method of coatings. So coatings are applied on food substances in the form of liquid suspensions, emulsions, powder, and other forms. So in any one of the following forms, you can go for coating of the food substances, and then drying, heating, chilling, and coagulation process are used to change the covering layer of food ingredients. So to change the cover layer, we are using any of the drying technique or heating, chilling, coagulation principle. Anything can be used, which is used to change the covering layer of the ingredients used for coating. So now we are going to study about different methods of coating. One is called as dip coating method. The second one is called as the spray coating method. Third is called as electro-spraying technique and panning method, fluidized bed method, or some of the methods which are all used in food industry for coating of food products. So among this, first we are going to study about the dip coating method. As the name itself implies, just we are going to dip the fruit and vegetable into the coating solution. So into the coating solution, and we have to keep it for some times outside and until it gets dried. Okay, so dipping is the most popular way of coating a food product, which involves forming a thin film on the surface of the product as a semi-permeable membrane, and which controls the moisture loss and gas transmission rate can be maintained by this. Okay, so this is it is the popular method because almost all the fruits which are all available in the market are coated by using the dip coating method only. The coated substance will act as a semi-permeable membrane, which will partly allow the gas to pass through or water to migrate out of the food substances. The food products are dipped in a prepared solution to cover the surface of the fruits, vegetables, or meat product in this method. So this process essentially involves three steps. One is called as immersion and dwelling process. So this involves in the immersion and dwelling process, the fruit or vegetable is going to be immersed into the substrate at a steady speed in a prepared coating solution. And this ensures a complete interaction between the coating solution and the product surface. That is the main thing here. Immersion and dwelling is nothing but what you have a solution with you. And into the solution, you are going to slowly introduce the material or the food substances, fruit or vegetable that is going to be coated slowly into at constant speed. Okay. And when you are letting it to go inside the dipping solution, there will be interaction between a surface of the fruit or vegetable and the coating solution. Due to this interaction, the coating solution adheres on the surface of the fruits or vegetables. Then after this is over, the second step is we have to take it out and we have to evaporate it. So the components of coating components must be, the components coating composition must be diluted. After dilution, a considerable amount of residual material of coating is formed on the surface. After the solvent has evaporated, the extra liquid has been removed, a thin film will be formed on the surface. Okay, so that is, so once you are dipping it, afterwards you are going to remove it. When you remove it, the solvent will evaporate, and as a result, it forms a thin layer on the surface of the fruit or vegetable. The next method is called as, next step is called as deposition step. So in the deposition step, the precursor solution of the thin layer is formed on the surface of the food product, such as fruit, vegetable, and meat products. Okay, so these are all the three steps. So one is called as dipping and dwelling, allowing you are going to dip the fruit or vegetable into the solvent for certain period of time, and after that you have to remove it from the solvent. So during this removal, the solvent will naturally evaporate, and then finally you will get a thin film deposited on the surface of the fruit or vegetable. You will get it. So the dipping method is extensively used to coat fresh fruits and vegetables with edible coatings. In general, fruits and vegetables are submerged to about 5 to 30 seconds only in the edible coating formulation. Then dipping freshly cut fruit and vegetable is an antimicrobial containing. So fresh cut produce are minimally processed food substances. We have to use antimicrobial containing active aqueous solution we have to use, because when you cut open the surface, what will happen? It is exposed to the environment. So some detrimental reactions may take place. In order to prevent this, what we are doing, we are dipping the cut fruits and vegetables using antimicrobial coating. The most frequent way to prevent fresh fruit from browning is to antioxidant treatment. We can dip them in antioxidant treatment. So this is all nothing but a coating process. Okay, the chitosan coating is carried out on frozen solvent fish using dipping method only. So dipping method is a very good method for the fruits and vegetables, whole fruits and vegetables, cut fruits, and also fish, coating of fish using chitosan, or very good example for this. The second method is called as spray coating technique. The spraying method is commonly used in industries on a broad scale due to low cost and high quality end product. Because actually, it's commonly utilized in industry. Spraying, normally they are using in industries. Because when you go for large scale, it becomes, the cost of the operation becomes low, and you will get a high quality product at the end of the operation. So in this method, a liquid solution is applied onto the food substances by spraying. Okay, so the liquid solution is first converted into small droplets when it is sprayed, and these droplets will have larger surface area for the same amount of liquid solution. As a result of this, the droplet will cover large portion of the fruits or vegetable which has to be coated. So if for spraying this, what you're using, with the use of the nozzles, the spraying system distribute the coating solution over the entire surface of the fruits or vegetables which are to be coated. Okay, so this is merely a spraying technique. So because of the high spraying pressure which is coming out through the nozzle, the spray technique requires less coating material to obtain effective coverage. Since it is coming in the picture itself, you can see, so the, out of the nozzle, the spray liquid comes out of the nozzle, and the fruit or vegetable is on the conveyor. So once this is covered, so this is carried out for about what? And the thickness of about 30 mm thickness, we can go for what? Coating of this one. And This coating provides effective barrier against water vapor and water vapor transmission. Very low water vapor transmission rates and good mechanical properties are maintained when you go for spray coating technique. So the spray coating can be divided into two categories. One is called as air spray automation and another one is called as the airless automation. So these are all the two methods. Here in the air spray automation, we are mixing air as well as also solution together in this case, and airless, we are using only the solution to be deposited on the surface of the fruits or vegetables. The third category is called as electrospraying technique. So in electrospraying technique, this is called as electrostatic coating. Is a promising method and is effective coating approach to many food substances. So it's a more advanced version of the traditional spraying approach that increases the effectiveness of liquid particulate transfer to the food particles. So it is more advanced. Electrospraying is the more advanced version of the traditional spraying method. Okay, because in this method you will get an effective coverage. You will get in this case, since it has a higher transfer efficiency, it is able to form a reproducible coating on a target surface, and then it is applied to the food products to reduce the use of solvents and also the production of waste. So this is divided into two categories. One is called as dry powder and another one is the wet liquid coating. So electrospray coating involves two things. So here what you are doing is, we are with the help of the spray coated solution, we are going to form a reproducible coating. It's a film of coating we are going to prepare, and with the help of this electrosprayed coated material, fruits and vegetables can be better be preserved in this case. Next is panning method. The panning method consists of placing a food and other items to be coated in a large rotating bowl known as pan. So whatever you want to coat, just feed them inside the cone into the pan and then cover it. And this pan contains it has blades inside, and then this blades enables the controlling the movement of the material inside the pan coating equipment. So the panning method consists of placing the food and other items to be coated in a large rotating bowl known as a pan. The coating solution is then drizzled or dusted on the surface of the product in a spinning bowl. So there is another bowl. In the spinning bowl, the material is going to be sprayed or it is dusted inside, and the product is tumbled evenly. So tumbled, that this tumbling will distribute the coating solution evenly on the surface of the food materials. So by using this, sorry. So evenly distribute the coating solution. Then coating layers are dried using forced air at room temperature. Once coating is done, then the layers are dried in at room temperature or at high temperature, and the heat which is generated by friction with the cold air during the panning process of applying coating to food products. Okay, then the process is ideal for coating foods and confectionery. This approach is able to coat a large number of round oval-shaped food items in a single batch. So this process usually you would have seen in some food factory videos or something, like you can see, or else normally no at home also we can do. What you'll do, when you want to coat something on the surface of the material, you'll put it into a container and just you'll rotate it. Okay, you will apply whatever thing you want, you will just put it inside and then just rotate or just move it, toss them. Even coating can be obtained in this case. The same principle is applied here in the panning method. Here we are using a pan which will be rotating on a horizontal axis. When it is rotating, due to rotational movement, what happens, the product as well as also the coating solution will mix together, and uniform distribution of coating is applied on the surface of the food products. The next is called as fluidized bed method. So in the fluidized bed method, fluidized coating, the coating solution and suspensions are sprayed onto the fluidized powder surface via a number of nozzles to form a shell-like structure. Okay, so this is called as what? This is this arrangement is the fluidized bed coating technique. Here in this picture, You can see you are going to feed the coated the metal to be coated is kept inside the container, and from the bottom you are going to supply the hot air, and once the upstream air enters into the chamber, and here it get mixed up with the um, dry material which is coming from the um, aerogel particle which is coming from the place where it has been kept. Okay. So this method, what you're saying, when a flow of liquid travels upward through a bed of particle at sufficient speed to assist the particle without diverting them into the liquid stream, the process known as fluidization. That means here what you're doing, we are supplying upstream air, and also coating liquid is also supplied along with this. The upstream air carries the coating liquid along with this. So thereby what happens, the material to be coated comes in contact with the liquid which is moving in the upward direction, so which makes the product to float in the air because of the air velocity. The air velocity which makes the particle to float is called as the terminal velocity of the particle. At this terminal velocity, the liquid which is moving in the upward direction coats the substances evenly, and finally you will get the coated particle in this case. So when a flow of liquid travels upward through a bed of particles at a sufficient speed to assist the particles without diverting them into the liquid stream, the process known as fluidization, that is keeping the product under suspension, is called as fluidization. At this moment, the particle bed accepts the bubbling fluid characteristics, that is the fluidization, and there are three types of fluidized bed systems are there. Top spray, bottom spray, and rotating fluid beds are available. But in the food industry, only top spraying model is mostly used. So this is a schematic diagram of the fluidized bed coating. Next comes the applications of films and applications of coatings applications. So where we are using these coatings in day-to-day life is given. So these are all some of the applications. We can go through those applications.